Hey, Savvy Sales Lady community. I'd like to invite you to take this simple test to discover if maybe you're selling the wrong product. Many times I hear from salespeople when I ask if they're selling the right product, they say this: what difference does it make what I'm selling? Selling is selling. Well, it makes a big difference what you sell. Brian Tracy says, choosing the product or service to sell is very much like dating or getting married. There has to be the right chemistry or it won't work. Right after this, you can take a simple test to discover if you're selling the wrong product. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Christine Harrington, the Savvy Sales Lady, your personal YouTube sales coach. Now, before we get started, I'd like to invite you to subscribe and be a part of the Savvy Sales community. What are you waiting for? We're a community for all salespeople. Now, my good friend Jack brought this to light recently as we were walking on the indoor track at the gym. He asked me what I thought of Brian Tracy, and of course I told him I love Brian's work. Jack said Brian Tracy changed his life. So of course I had to hear Jack's story. Jack shared that back in the late 80s, he was selling Cadillacs at a local Cadillac dealership. He wasn't necessarily unhappy with the work, but he wanted more. On his way driving to Chicago to look at a Mako franchise, he listened to a series of Brian Tracy cassette tapes when Brian explained something that Jack never considered before. Jack told me that one thing haunted him and he didn't listen to the rest of the tape series. Yeah, that was back during the cassette tape days. He said at first he didn't believe it, and he really kind of wrestled with it in his mind. It took Jack months to come to grips with Brian Tracy's theory. Jack simply didn't want to believe it. After months of consideration, Jack finally believed Brian Tracy, and it changed his life forever. Jack left selling Cadillacs and enrolled in classes to become a stockbroker. Decades later, Jack is one of the most well-respected and successful stockbrokers in Indianapolis. What changed? Maybe his belief? No, he believed in his abilities. What changed is the product he sold. He aligned deeper with being a stockbroker rather than selling Cadillacs. Are you selling the wrong product? I want to invite you to take this simple test to discover if that's true. You see, the product you sell must be compatible with your personality. Now, there are two types of products: tangible and intangible. Let's take tangible products first. They're those products that you can physically see, touch, taste, and hold. Examples would be car salesman, furniture salesman, clothing, food, computer, houses, tools, things like that. Here are a few questions to ask yourself to determine if tangible products are right for you. Do you like working with your hands and dealing with products that you can feel and touch? Is your major interest in concrete products or things like computers versus software sales? If so, you enjoy describing products and relating to products that you can feel. You're suitable for tangible selling. Well, what about intangible products? All right, intangible products is something that you can't touch, such as insurance products, financial service products, software sales, a stockbroker, or educational and training services. You're selling concepts and ideas. Now, here are questions to ask yourself to determine if intangible products are right for you. Do you like philosophy, psychology, or metaphysics? Do you enjoy discussing religion or politics? That's me. If so, you enjoy concepts and discussing ideas which is best suited for intangible sales. Now, if you've discovered you're selling the wrong product, then you'll never be completely happy or successful if you continue to sell something that's not aligned with your personality. Doesn't that make sense? Now, back to my friend Jack. Once he stubbornly admitted Brian Tracy was right, he became a stockbroker, a field that aligned with his love for concepts and ideas. And Jack soared in his new field, being challenged on all levels. He told me to this day, he still gets excited about the stock market. As Brian Tracy states in his book, The Art of Closing the Sale, when you are selling the right thing for you, you become involved emotionally. It will excite you and interest you. And you'll want to tell the world what you're selling, right? Now give this some thought and see if you come to the same conclusion, or maybe you discovered a different one. Let me know in the comments below, which are you, tangible or intangible, and do you need to make a switch? And if this video was helpful to you, will you give it a thumbs up and share it with people that you think in your circle of influence would enjoy or help? But remember this, sales is a journey. It's not a quick trip around the block. I'll see you on the next video.